I'm an Olympic gold medalist. I'm very proud of that fact. It was the greatest accomplishment of my entire career. So I have to ask, what in the is going on in Paris this year, where two biological men are competing against biological women in the sport of boxing?
The 2024 Olympics has the internet on fire and in the same way, shaking up the world of combat sports. And trust me, this one's a doozy. Algerian boxer Imane Khelif's Olympic win has everyone talking, and not in the way you'd expect. From the likes of Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya to Logan Paul, Israel Adesanya, Strickland, and Jake Paul, the opinions are flying fast and furious, and they're as mixed as a bag of trail mix. Well, you must have seen different stories, opinions, receipts flying all over the internet about Algerian boxer Imane Khelif. Khelif's victory in the 66 kg category at the Paris Olympics has become the center of a storm after whispers started circulating that she might not be biologically female. Despite passing all the gender eligibility tests the International Olympic Committee, IOC, requires, the rumors were enough to set off alarm bells and spark a major debate. As soon as the news broke, fighters and fans alike jumped into the fray, each with their own take on what they see as a possible unfair edge. But what's really interesting is how some of these fighters initially reacted in a blaze of fury, only to backpedal a bit once more details emerged about Khelif's eligibility. So buckle up, because we're dissecting all the juicy reactions and heated debates going on in the world of boxing. Garcia didn't waste any time before jumping into the ring of public opinion. He took to social media to voice his disbelief and disappointment, questioning what was happening and why more people weren't speaking out. Garcia was clearly upset, criticizing the lack of vocal opposition from those who should be standing up for fairness. He went on to describe the current state of the Olympics as absurd and deeply troubling. Paris is wild right now. Seriously, what's going on? This isn't just wrong, it's absurd. And where are the voices of those who should be standing up? I get that everyone wants their shot, but staying quiet? That says a lot, he tweeted. Garcia's frustration was evident, and his criticism of the IOC and the state of the Olympics was fierce, even going as far as to call it the most satanic Olympics of all time. His words resonated with a lot of fans, echoing their own concerns about fairness and integrity in the sport. Then there's Oscar De La Hoya, the boxing legend, who didn't hesitate to share his 2 cents either.
I'm an Olympic gold medalist. I'm very proud of that fact. It was the greatest accomplishment of my entire career. So I have to ask, what in the is going on in Paris this year, where two biological men are competing against biological women in the sport of boxing? The IOC allowed this to happen, and it's saying it's okay because they are females in their passports. Wait, what? Are you kidding me? There is zero chance that these fighters are evenly matched. It's impossible and it's scary. It's disgusting and it's unfair. I've lost all my respect for the IOC. It's dangerous and someone will eventually get hurt. It's truly insane, and I hate that we even have to discuss it. I will be petitioning the IOC to ask that this does not happen in LA in 2028.
He expressed his frustration in a video, questioning how the IOC could allow two biological men to compete against women in boxing just because their passports identified them as female. De La Hoya made it clear that this situation had severely shaken his faith in the IOC. He highlighted the dangers of such matchups, emphasizing that the fighters aren't on a level playing field and warning that it's only a matter of time before someone gets seriously hurt. So now we have two biological men boxing against women, and the IOC is just fine with this because their passports say female? Are you kidding me? He questioned, clearly exasperated. De La Hoya didn't stop there. He went on to express just how much this situation has made him lose faith in the IOC. These fighters aren't on a level playing field. It's terrifying, honestly. It's not just unfair. It's dangerous. Someone's going to get seriously hurt. And it's insane that we even have to talk about this. However, he didn't fail to praise her solid boxing style and made it clear that he sees her as a future star in the ring. Khelif's rise in the boxing world is bound to gain even more momentum, putting her firmly in the spotlight.
You know, the story that we're hearing about and you watch her box, and the Italian boxer quits, I think after 46 seconds, some number like that, and she says, I've never been hit like this before.
Right.
And then at first, everybody posts, transgender, this, that, and a story comes out, she was born a female, here's a picture with the dad when she was a kid, but then they're going back and chromosome this, testosterone this, she didn't pass this. You're in the world, you're in the space. What are your friends, what are you guys talking about right now?
Right. Well, I was watching with my partner, and it's dangerous. Any type of high-level testosterones that any athlete might have, whether it's a man or female, it's just dangerous, especially when you're in a sport where you're not throwing a football, you're not kicking a ball, you're literally hitting somebody's head in.
Mm-hmm.
So I just felt that, look, I mean, you look at the body of the person, and my gosh, it looks stronger than the opponents, than the women opponents that she's fighting. And so when I start reading, XY chromosome and this and that, and she got suspended prior to the Olympics, I believe in the World Championship.
Mm-hmm.
You start thinking to yourself, my gosh, what is the IOC thinking? What is the AIBA thinking? The governing bodies of boxing, and they have to literally get their shit straight, basically, because it's been going on for a long time.
His words hint at a potential shift in the boxing scene, suggesting that as more big-name athletes voice their frustrations, there could be some much-needed changes on the horizon. De La Hoya's remarks have certainly hit some nerves, resonating with a number of athletes who feel that the current sports administration isn't doing enough to foster new talent. This growing dissatisfaction has caught the attention of sports journalists, who are now digging deeper into what's really going on behind the scenes. However, his blunt criticism of the Olympic Committee hasn't gone unnoticed, sparking a wave of mixed reactions. While some people applaud his boldness for calling out the shortcomings of a revered global institution, others feel he may be tarnishing the reputation of an event that's respected worldwide.
Boxing is a sport that is very fragmented. Boxing is a sport that is really not. Testosterone levels in boxing are dangerous because you're punching somebody's head in. That's the bottom line. And, there's a strong argument you can make either way.
Mm-hmm.
So the bottom line is that whatever they're going to decide, the IOC, is what people have to go with. They have to believe. So I just feel personally, because I'm a fighter, I'm a boxer, I've been there in the ring, I've gotten hit by fighters who have taken testosterone. And let me tell you, you don't want to be in the ring. It feels like getting hit with a baseball bat. It really does. And it changes your body. It changes your physical inside, and you become stronger, whether you're a man or a woman. And so that testosterone level is, it's dangerous, like I said.
Do you know if they're testing now, or is it just kind of like you're representing and come in?
Yeah, no. The testing is most likely every single day, basically. After you compete, before you compete, they're always testing you every single day.
So if that is the case, wouldn't they know if the Algerian boxer is using PEDs or not, or is there still a way for her to get away with it?
There's still ways. I mean, as you know, as soon as they come up with something, there's always or some kind of steroid, or high testosterone, or whatever you want to call it. They'll invent something. Create a test for it.
Got it.
Some kind of masking, mechanism over here. So it's always evolving. It's always changing. So you just never know.
Also, when Sean Strickland heard about the situation, he didn't hold back. "This is a mess," he blasted out on social media, clearly irritated. "We're letting woke politics mess up sports. It's not even about fairness anymore. It's about shoving an agenda down our throats." Strickland's frustration was loud and clear, making it crystal clear that he sees this as political correctness gone wild. And then, of course, Jake Paul jumped in. You know Jake, never one to stay silent on a hot topic. He was just as fired up, seeing this whole thing as a blatant bending of the rules that totally undermines women's sports. "This is sickening. This is a travesty," he posted. "Don't matter what you believe. This is wrong and dangerous." Logan Paul, always ready to stir the pot, couldn't keep quiet either. He took to Twitter, sharing his disbelief and disappointment in the IOC. What's going on with the Olympics these days? This isn't fair. Women are being cheated out of their chances, he typed out furiously. For Logan, this was just another sign of the times, a perfect example of the deeper issues that he believes are plaguing the games. Israel Adesanya, never one to shy away from sharing his thoughts, made his feelings about the controversy pretty clear. During an Instagram live session, he didn't mince words. This is just wrong. If we're talking about fairness in sports, this is a joke. You can't have someone who used to be a man competing against women. It just doesn't sit right. Adesanya's comments struck a chord with fans who value fair play, underscoring his belief that sports should always be about equal footing. His take resonated with those who see Khelif's participation as fundamentally unfair, sparking more debate about the integrity of the competition. However, Israel Adesanya was quick to reassess his earlier comments on the controversy. In a follow-up interview, he came clean. I kind of jumped the gun on this one. It's crucial to have all the facts before going public. Sure, fairness is key, but respecting the rules and decisions of the governing bodies is just as important. Adesanya's shift in stance showed a more thoughtful approach, acknowledging the tangled nature of the situation and the need for accurate information.
You know what? From now on, I will leave women's fight to women. I'm going to leave it to you guys because whenever I try to speak up about it and then apparently I got it wrong or a lot of people got it wrong and there's misinformation.
A lot of people did, man. It's a good thing people is out.
I spoke up about it because look, I don't like to get triggered, and when something triggers me, I'm a fighter, and I saw that, I'm just like, what? And I saw the news or the articles that were speaking on that. I was like, why are they letting a trans person? And then I find out later, okay, she wasn't actually a trans.
Correct.
So to the lady, my bad, I got that wrong.
Yeah. Logan Paul had a bit of a change of heart, admitting, whoops, looks like I might have spread some misinformation, just like everyone else on this app. Still, he didn't waver on his core belief that biological men shouldn't compete against biological women in sports, which keeps stoking the fires of this heated debate. Meanwhile, Andrew Tate, also never one to shy away from controversy, took things up a notch. Known for his provocative style, Tate dismissed Khelif's win as a fraud and demanded she be stripped of her medal. His comments, true to his reputation for being dramatic, have been slammed as disrespectful and have only intensified the debate, catching the eye of mainstream media and deepening the divide among fans and critics alike. The drama around Khelif didn't just stir up the boxing world, it pulled former heavyweight champ Mike Tyson into the mess too. A wild rumor began circulating online, claiming that Tyson was ready to step into the ring with Khelif for a charity bout, with all proceeds supposedly going to support battered women. The rumor even quoted Tyson as saying, "I'm ready to box this Olympic fighter with all the money going to charity." Of course, this was all just smoke and mirrors. Tyson's spokesperson was quick to shut down the gossip, saying, "It's completely false. Mr. Tyson hasn't commented on this at all." This whole situation just goes to show how quickly misinformation can spread, especially when it involves big names and hot-button issues. Despite the whole controversy, Algeria's Imane Khelif has taken the world by storm, snagging the Olympic gold medal in the welterweight division at the Paris Games in a showdown that had everyone buzzing. With a powerful performance against China's Yang Liu, Khelif didn't just win, she dominated, leaving her fans in absolute ecstasy. This isn't Khelif's first time in the spotlight, though. After securing silver at the 2022 World Championships, she became a hot topic for more than just her skills in the ring. Along with Taiwan's Yu-ting, Khelif found herself at the center of a gender dispute that had everyone talking. Social media was ablaze, and headlines couldn't get enough of the controversy surrounding these two boxers in Paris. But on the night that mattered, Khelif silenced all the talks with a unanimous decision victory, making history as the first Algerian woman to win an Olympic boxing title. She's also the first boxer from Algeria to bring home gold since Hossein Sultani's triumph at the Atlanta Games in 1996. Women's boxing may have only entered the Olympic arena in London 2012, but Khelif's victory feels like a new chapter in the sport's history. Khelif was beaming with pride after the match, unable to contain her joy. "This is my dream. 8 years my dream. I'm an Olympic champion, a gold medalist. I'm very happy," she said. 8 years, no sleep. 8 years tired. Now I'm Olympic champion. I'm very happy. I want to thank all the people who came to support me. people, Algeria, and all the people in Paris. She made it clear that this gold medal wasn't just a victory in the ring, but a response to the intense scrutiny she's faced. This gold medal is the best answer to the fierce campaign against me, she declared, clearly unbowed by the storm of controversy. Even her opponent, Yang Lu, was gracious in defeat, saying, "I'm happy for her, I respect everybody, and I will even learn from her, boxing-wise." As for the bronze medals, they went to Janjaem Suwannapheng from Thailand and Taiwan's Chen Nien-chin, adding more diversity to the podium. Khelif and Yu-ting had previously been disqualified by the International Boxing Association, IBA, from the 2023 World Championships. The IBA announced during the Paris Games that gender tests had deemed them ineligible. However, the International Olympic Committee, IOC, played by a different rulebook in Paris, sticking with the eligibility criteria used at the 2016 and 2021 Olympics. No gender testing involved. It's obvious that this issue has really struck a chord with athletes, fans, and commentators. It's not just about sports anymore. It's touching on bigger societal questions about gender, fairness, and where sports are headed. Whether this will lead to real changes in how these cases are managed is still up in the air. But one thing's for sure, the impact on the world of combat sports has been huge. So guys, what do you think about this? Do let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.